begin Toastmasters, so please welcome to the podium.
I have learned by experience to never give up hope. As soon as we get something up here, I can start speaking about my childhood. I was born in a country in Croatia that was a very, very small town, and I was born to a family that was the poorest family in town.
Wow.
And I was the youngest of 8.
Looking for it, I can't see it.
Can't find it. When I went to school, I was the only child in school, in class, not to have any paper to write on or pencils to write with. So I had to see if I could borrow from others. But I had this desire to be the best. And throughout my 7 years in school, before I left the country, I was top of the class. People want to know, why is it that I don't write things on paper, and why don't I, think of different ways of learning? But I have learned the only way to learn was to remember as much as I possibly can. As I'm getting older, that's becoming more difficult. When I was 7, in 7th grade, we had to leave the country. I was really excited. My brother had already left. It took him several years to convince my mom to take the rest of us out of the country. It was a bittersweet situation because it was really hard to leave a place, the only place you knew. But it was really exciting, of the unknown, of the opportunities, of the things we had heard, how amazing America was. And so I never forget the day when the entire family got shoved into a van and barely fitting in there, but we were so excited because we were leaving this really poor area and going and having opportunities. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous country. When you go to visit, and just recently it's been on the news that it's the best country to visit. It's absolutely gorgeous. The people are amazing. And I enjoy it more now than I did at that time. That was me all the way at the end. My sister's holding me by the hand. When I was 1.5 years old, my dad passed away. And we had absolutely nothing. We lived off of a farm. And nobody was working or anything, so it was whatever my mom could do to feed all of us. There were times that she would go to the city, supposedly to buy flour to make bread for us, because everything else we grew in the farm, so it wasn't so bad. She would come home without it, and she would say the stores was closed. A lot of times she told me the same thing about shoes that I needed. The owner of the store had died, and we believed that. But that's how we went. That's how we lived, and we didn't know what we didn't know, so it was okay. It was okay. But I never gave up hope. I knew there was better things to come. So we did move to Italy to immigrate, to come to the United States, and that was me in Italy with my niece and some friends from Italy, my brothers and their friends. We had a fantastic time. For 9 months, I learned the language. I was really, really excited, and I said, if Italy is this awesome, I could just imagine what America's going to be like. So exciting. I came to America, and to my surprise, the one thing that I was missing the most was my school. The 9 months in Italy just really was tough because I wanted to be back in school. And I said, as soon as I get to America, I'm going to be back in school. Well, my mom decided that that was not the best thing for me. Because in Europe, you hear all these things, that the girls are taking drugs and prostitution and all these bad things in her mind. And as a single mom of all these kids, she thought her responsibility was to save to keep her daughters safe, away from school so they don't learn all these bad things.
Oh.
Yeah, so she was protecting me. I was only 13 years old. And I just knew I wanted something more. So I thought, okay, I was buying the Italian newspaper because I spoke Italian. I couldn't speak a word of English yet. So I found me a job. And it was right across the street from where we were living, and I was sewing coats, you know, sewing coats. My sister used to sew my dress whenever they could afford to, and so I learned with her. And that's how I got a job at 13. I was as tall then as I am now, so they believed me that I was 17.
Wow.
The Italian women there were saying, Justina, you're killing yourself. This is not a job for you. You gotta go to school. We know 2 girls. They're sisters, they're parrucchieri. They're going to school to become parrucchieri. I said, oh, that would be so amazing. That means to be hairdressers. And I'm like, I love that. I would stand in front of a hair salon and just stare, thinking how glamorous that would be. So I decided to go with these 2 girls and buy my uniform and buy my shoes and get ready, get signed up in school. I didn't realize that my mom would have to okay it because I wasn't 18 yet. The next 4 months I spent holding on to the uniform and shoes, hoping that my mom would let me go to school. Finally, my brother convinced her to let me go to school. So I became a hairdresser and enjoyed life as a hairstylist. Was very successful. I had a salon in New York, 2 of them here in Florida, and it's been totally amazing. Have a beautiful family, and I have a Tom Foley, born April 1st at 1 a.m.
Oh.
My son, he's gorgeous, and my 2 girls. And 7 years ago, I was introduced to a company named Justina because of some health issues after doing hair for 30 years. I had a chronic cough and just a lot of different issues. And Justina Health Sciences is an amazing company with amazing products, and it really helped me with my health. And at that point, I couldn't wait to share with everyone. So I ended up starting to make money. It just freed me up from being stuck behind the chair because I always knew there was a better path for me because I had no time to go on vacation, take my children to vacation or anything. And I know I'm going over the time. However, it is really important to let you know that those hopes have come true. My life in this country has been amazing. Totally amazing. And now I have time to vacation, travel, do whatever I want while helping other people find the same path. A lot of times people are stuck in a way, and I just know that you don't need to be stuck, and I am so glad that I knew there was always hope and never give up hope. So we went to Alaska, Hawaii, all over the place, Australia. It's just amazing, and this country is amazing. And you guys, thank you so much for accepting me here. I know this is the first time I'm speaking, but I know I'm going to get better. And you know what you said earlier totally helped me, because I was going to say that I'm going to speak today and then I'm going to give up.
Oh.
But I'm not.
All right.
So thank you so much.